Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I want to talk about binge reading. We talk a lot about binge watching TV shows on Netflix usually, but I have actually been in the mood to binge read a series. I just want to take a book series and just start it from the beginning and end it at the end and just read it back to back. And since I've been in the mood to do something like that, I thought it would be fun to have you guys pick a series for me to binge read. So upon further thought about this, when I was thinking about it, I thought, well, I don't know if I want to read like 6 books in a row or 7 books in a row. So I thought trilogies would be the best way to go because it's only 3 books and I can read them back to back to back very easily. I can probably do it within 1 month and then I'm done, it's finished, and I have read a trilogy and it's done. My stipulations for this were it had to be a trilogy that I have not started, and I had to have all 3 books in my possession ready to go. So those are my stipulations to show you what I have and all that. I'm also not including any trilogies that are part of a bigger series. And I have a couple of those too, but I'm going to leave those for another time because maybe I'm not ready to read those yet based on where I am in the, first part of the series or whatever. So I didn't want to include anything that was part of a bigger overarching world that you have to kind of read in order. So these are what I'm going to call kind of standalone trilogies. And I have all 3 books. I'm ready to go. And I'm going to show you what they are and explain what they are a little bit to you guys. And then I want you to vote down below and to tell me which one you think I should read. And then the one that is going to have the most votes at the end of the year is the one that I will read in January. All right, the first trilogy that I'm going to show you is the Remnant Chronicles trilogy written by Mary E. Pearson. The first one is called The Kiss of Deception. The second one is called The Heart of Betrayal. And the third one is called The Beauty of Darkness. And these books follow a young girl who lives in a kingdom where she is supposed to be getting married, but she doesn't want any part of that. She doesn't want to marry anybody at all. So she flees from her kingdom in order to escape this marriage. However, there are 2 people who are dispatched to follow her and to bring her back to the kingdom. One of them is the person who she was supposed to marry, so he's a prince, and the other one is an assassin who is supposed to either bring her back or kill her, either one. And throughout at least the first book, you don't know who was who. You don't know which man is the prince and which one is the assassin, but you see them, kind of trying to follow her and bring her back. I have heard amazing, amazing things about this trilogy as a whole. I picked them up on Book Outlet when they were super cheap, so I am super excited to get into it. And yeah, so this is going to be the first one. And again, this is called the Remnant Chronicles. Okay, this next one is the Black City trilogy. This is written by Elizabeth Richards. I have Black City, which is book number 1. Book number 2 is Phoenix. And book number 3 is Wings. And I picked these up covers because of the covers. I actually had no idea what they were about. Upon further investigation, and I actually did read the first chapter in this one in one of my triad chapter tags, I found out that these are actually dystopian vampire books, which is very interesting. And I have not read a good vampire book in a while, and I have read a little bit of dystopian recently, but I thought that sounded interesting. Dystopian vampires, that sounds pretty cool. So I do have these 3 ready to go. This is called the Black City trilogy, and we'll see. And this next one, I have the Gemma Doyle trilogy. So the first book is A Great and Terrible Beauty. The second book is Rebel Angels, and the third book is The Sweet Far Thing. Look at how big that one is, though. Oh my goodness. And these are written by Libba Bray. I have not read a Libba Bray book yet, but I own quite a few, so I should probably get on this. But I have heard pretty good things about this trilogy. I've heard it's a little bit of a guilty pleasure type of thing, like they're not the best books on the planet, but they're worth the read and it's a good story. I believe there is a paranormal element in these as well, but I'm not sure what they are. I haven't heard a ton of details about the books. I've just heard good things and I'm seeing people read them. So I picked them up too. And yeah, so this is the Gemma Doyle trilogy. This next one is called the Malediction, I believe is what it's called. And these are written by Danielle L. Jensen. This first book is called Stolen Songbird. The second book is Hidden Huntress. And the third book is Warrior Witch. And these books follow trolls. It is a woman who I believe is kidnapped and taken down into the underground troll lands in order to help them fulfill a prophecy. And I believe she has some sort of ability that can help them reach their goals. So they kind of keep her captive down there until she can help them. I've heard really good things about this. I've heard that this is a really good surprise for people. They, read the first one and were really surprised by how much they enjoyed it. And when I heard trolls, I was like, you know what, I'm in. I've never read a book about trolls before. So let's see what this is all about. But again, this is called the Malediction Trilogy. And the next one is the Fire and Thorns Trilogy, and this is written by Ray Carson. The first book is The Girl of Fire and Thorns. The second book is The Crown of Embers, and the third book is The Bitter Kingdom. And these follow a girl who I believe is born with a stone in her belly button, and this stone actually has magical powers that help her fulfill some sort of duty that she's supposed to do for her kingdom, but I don't think she wants it, and it's something that she feels is a little bit of a curse. And that's all I really know about it, but I've heard amazing things about this trilogy, and just people who have read it have really, really loved it. So I thought I would give it a try too. And again, this is called the Fire and Thorns Trilogy. Okay, this next one is by an author that I have not read from yet, but I am hearing good things about him, and that is Randy Alcorn. And this is a trilogy that I picked up starting at a library sale. I got book number 2 by accident, and then I found 1 and 3. So I do have the whole trilogy now. But this is the Ollie Chandler trilogy, and this follows a detective who I believe is working closely with an African-American man as well, but they are very polar opposite personalities, so you kind of see some tension going on there. And the first book is called Deadline, the second book is called Dominion, and the third book is called Deception. And I'm definitely interested in this. Like I said, I've heard very good things about him as an author, so I'm interested to give him a try. And I really like detective, little series and trilogies and stuff. So this is the Ollie Chandler trilogy. All right, and this last trilogy that I have is the Mistborn Trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. I have read one book by Brandon Sanderson, and that was Steelheart, and I loved it. So I really want to get more into his work, including his adult fantasy. So I do have this trilogy. I am excited to read it. I have heard 1000% nothing but good things about it. So the first one is, actually this one is called Mistborn on my American edition, but it's actually called The Final Empire. So I'm not sure why they changed it on this one, but whatever. The second one is called The Well of Ascension, and the third one is called The Hero of Ages. So I'm definitely interested in reading this trilogy. This would be one that it would probably take me longer than 1 month to get through, but I'm still really interested in it. So if this is the winner, then 100% I will start reading it. I just would probably need a little bit more time because it is a very complex world, but I'm very, very interested in getting more into Brandon Sanderson and to reading this one in particular. So the Mistborn Trilogy. All right, guys, so that is 7 trilogies that I have on my shelves. I have books 1, 2, and 3. I'm ready to read them. I have not started any of them, but I'm interested in every single one. So if you guys could please leave me a comment with the name of the trilogy that you think I should read, and then on December 30th, I will go ahead and close the comments and I will tally them up, and then I will announce in my TBR video for January which one is going to be the winner and which one I'm going to be reading in January. Hopefully I can get them all read in January. If it's one of the longer ones, I'll probably need to push it into February as well, but I will read them back to back and really try to get through all of them in one go. I will again leave the names of all of the trilogies in the order that I talked about them. I will leave that in the description so you guys can go back and reference that if you want to, because I do want you to leave me the name of the trilogy that you think I should read. And I'm really excited for you guys to pick one for me and see where this goes. And again, on December 30th, I will, I'll just close the comments and I will tally them up and let you know in my January TBR. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Please let me know. Also, if you guys have read any of these, if you guys like to binge read series at all, it's something I think I want to focus on a little bit more moving forward, just to kind of, get beginning, middle, end, and, just have it all in my brain at one time. I think that would be a ton of fun. All right. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you again soon. Bye.